Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very sincere. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website too. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. Please check out the website as well. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well, VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, and do what it is you do there. This episode is not being sponsored by the place you can follow me, the place you can keep up with me, my well-being, my whereabouts, what have you, and my socials. Not my socials, but my social media. And that is VinceDouglasGregory.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. Therefore, it's not being recorded live. Or I shouldn't say recorded live. It's not being recorded for video purposes. But if you would like to see, you could go to the place where I just said. I'll say it again, or maybe I should spell it. VinceDouglasGregory.com. Yeah. Noobs. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. If you are still here right now, go ahead and take a moment. Go ahead and take a few seconds and stand up. Put your little chest out. Put your stomach out. Put something out. Just go ahead and stand up because you deserve some flea claps. You deserve some flea claps for still being here, and I am grateful. I am honored. Thank you kindly. Thank you for giving me the chance, and thank you for giving me an opportunity. That's the only thing I can ask for, even if it's a couple of seconds, even if it's a minute. I'm honored. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, we come here to have fun. Regs, we come here because it is our club. We don't have a name for it yet. We still going on year after year upon year upon year upon year. We don't have a name for this, but we know what it is. We know how it be. We know the energy that we present and exude out. It's all good. We'll think of something eventually. We'll come across and think of something eventually, but we don't have to think about that right now. We do not have to think about that right now. And other peeps, you should go nameless. But even though I communicated, I did. And I'm just going to tip my hat because if you know, you know. We don't have to think about certain things right now, but I'm going to give you something to think about. I'm going to give you something to check out. I'm going to hit you with some free angelic bird-like voice, but free advice. I'm going to hit you, not physically, but mentally. I'm going to mentally hit you, not like in a negative way. Think of it as me trying to get across some information that I think you need or think you should at least ponder, at least think about, at least try out, maybe not. It's cool. It's okay. It's cool. It is okay. If you don't pay attention, it's cool. It's okay. If you don't even care for it, that's why it's free advice. Pay me no mind. Pay me no mind. I've been doing things a little bit different for a while. Since I went on my hiatus I'm just going to call it hiatus. You might call it holiday. Others might call it vacay. And some might call it staycay. Others might, you get the picture. It is what it is. It's still a no judge zone. Still a no judge zone. You can call it whatever, but I'm going to call it hiatus for right now. I'm going to call it hiatus. Since I've been gone on my hiatus, because I've been doing some thinking, outside the box thinking, trying to do things a little bit different while keeping my efficiency and challenging myself all at the same time. Thinking of doing stuff differently, challenging myself and thinking outside the box, or being more creative in those terms, being more creative, efficient. It's definitely not it's not easy. It's not easy because you get, and that's the you plural, you get caught up with just doing what you do because it's what you're comfortable with. Okay, but you know me, and that's the you know he, not the you know ha ha. You know me. You know me. I get bored with doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like I understand why. I get it. You have to repeat certain things to become efficient. You have to repeat certain things so you can know, and you just have that knowledge. You have that knowledge, you know you're more efficient, and by doing it so many times the correct way, you figure out how to not necessarily manipulate, but you figure out what and what not to do, and when you can't do it. So you have a better understanding of whatever it is. I get that. I can appreciate that to a certain extent, but it's boring. It is boring doing the same thing over and over and over. Sure, the results are nice. Sure, the results are amazing. Sure, but what about the growth? What about becoming better or more efficient? You're gonna have to step out of that comfort. You're gonna have to mix it up. You're gonna have to put on your dancing shoes and try to dance with the left foot first because you always did it right-footed. Sometimes you're just gonna have to say, you know what? I'm wearing shorts today no matter what. Sometimes you're gonna have to go against the grain even though you know it's gonna hurt. Go ahead, pull that Band-Aid off. Snatch it, because if you do it slow, it's still gonna hurt. It's still going to hurt. So while I'm doing all of these things, and not necessarily the things that I mentioned, while I am thinking about doing something differently, being more creative, and just trying to be efficient and something new as well, and mixing all this up there, I didn't really have an idea. I really didn't know where to start. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch a movie. I'm just going to watch a movie. I'm just going to entertain myself. Watch this movie or watch some TV shows and just entertain myself. And this was my moment. This was my chance. There was just something deep inside of me. And you know what it is, Regs. You know what it is, Regs. Noobs, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you because you have no clue unless this isn't your first time. Now, if this is your first time, congratulations. You made it this far. If this is your second time, congratulations. You about to learn today. If this is your third time, congratulations. You will be coming back. If this is your fourth time, I'm just going to say, you might as well call yourself a reg. You might as well call yourself a reg. And if you don't know, go ahead and phone in a friend, because you should know if this is your fourth time. You should know if this is your fourth time. It's the intuition. It's the gut feelings. It's the stuff that I listen to instead of just thinking it out, because I can just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And next thing you know, I ain't doing nothing because I'm just stuck. Oh, I'm just stuck and not making a decision on anything. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to overanalyze things. I don't want to just keep thinking about something and not even actually doing it. Therefore, I just go with intuition. Therefore, I just go with gut feeling. And noobs, intuition and gut feelings haven't let me down yet. The only time when I'm let down, or the only time when things go sideways, the only time when the shiny objects are just too much to bear and the shiny objects got me spinning around in circles like I'm doing a pirouette, and I don't know if that's the correct word or not, but it sounds good, so I'm just gonna keep going with it, is when I don't listen to gut feeling or intuition. Is when I don't listen to gut feelings and intuition. But when I listen to them, when I listen to gut feelings or my intuition and my anticipation game is on point and all of that stuff, things normally work out. And so far, betting 1,000. So far, perfect. So far, perfection. So far, it is amazing. Angelic, bird-like voice. But more importantly, amazing is my favorite word. Now you know, noobs. Now you know. Don't forget. Don't ever forget. I just went ahead and with my gut feelings. I just went ahead and went with this intuition. Something just felt right. And I was like, I'm going to watch a foreign movie today. I'm going to watch a foreign show today. And yes, peeps, I do know a few languages. I do. And I did. Of course, I just went ahead and went with I didn't go with the captions. I did not go with the captions. I just went ahead and went with the translation, the voiceover. But normally I go with the captions. Or normally I go with the captions, but if I'm feeling a little froggy, if I'm feeling a little too much excitement, if I'm just riled up, if I'm just wanting to get a little dirty, in other words, if I just want to get a little dirty and just expand my mind a little bit more and just go ahead and jump. I don't care if there's a parachute. I'm just gonna jump because I am feeling froggy. If that's the case, I just go ahead and watch the entire movie in a foreign language that I know, and I'll just go from there. And I'll say, definitely, it's an experience. And if you haven't done it before, I'd suggest you at least try it once. Free advice. I suggest you at least try it once, because watching said foreign movie or TV show in a language that you know but still foreign to you, or you're learning the language or you're trying to learn the language, go ahead and watch it in the language without the subtitles and just go from there. And I guarantee you're going to experience something like you ain't ever experienced before. You're welcome. You're going to experience something like you never experienced before. But the thing is, you have to want this. You have to want this. You have to be that frog. And I'm not calling you a frog because it's a derogatory term. I'm calling you a frog because you're just gonna have to make that leap. You're just gonna have to jump. You're gonna have to just go and trust everything inside of you and say, I am doing this today. Today I'm making this happen. Today I'm gonna jump and I don't care, parachute or not, because it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I'm not gonna fall flat on my face, and if I do, no one's around, so it's not gonna make a sound. I'm just gonna take this risk, take this chance, take this shot, and do something that I don't normally do something that I haven't done before. I'm going to venture out of my comfort zone, and just see what the other side look like. It's not as scary as it seems. It's not as scary as it seems. So I'm watching, or I've watched foreign movies within the language that I do know, do communicate in sometime. And it gave me a different way of looking. It gave me a different perspective. It put me in a different position that I'm not normally in. And it helped me when I was stuck in my rut of doing the same thing over and over and over and over. So I did that one time. I did it the one time. And now I must say, I'm watching so many foreign TV shows and so many foreign movies that I'm going to have to break the cycle. I'm going to have to break the cycle and go back to my language. I'm going to have to break the cycle and go back to the regular stuff. I'm going to have to break the cycle and end the epic journey, end the adventures. Because I just don't know what else to say. I'm hooked. I'm not shook. I'm not rattled. And it's definitely not rolled. I like this too much. I like it too much. But there's no place like home. There's no place like home.